you've been living under a rock or you've just been at work or something and unaware of the scores, let me kindly remind you, as a wise man once said, clean sheet 3 points. I don't know about the pagans, them. Arsenal 2, Brentford 0 in the set piece derby, which no goal came via a dead ball scenario. We done what we needed to do. You know, it is disappointing to draw to draw against Chelsea. It felt like a victory for them lot. And it felt like an L for us. And to be fair, I will say this with Chelsea. Obviously, I was at TalkSport. I saw all the games. Liverpool, unique qualities. Sunderland, big up yourselves. Chelsea, I understand it. There's no way on God's green earth you could expect a level of performance away at a nasty ground for visiting teams like Leeds United. Credit to Leeds after you played a cup final at Stamford Bridge against us. So fair enough to you lot. But focusing on a London team that did win another London derby, 3 points, clean sheets. Arteta rotated. We made it happen. We knew going into the game it weren't going to be the most entertaining, you know. Even Brentford, who don't play in as many competitions as us, they made rotations. That being said, everyone in the league, you know, is making rotations. So we're getting into that point of the season where you need to be cute and clever with your squad. You need to navigate this, you know, this fixture calendar list, you know, from now till January. So there's a lot of games coming thick and fast. We got 3 points, so I'm happy. Obviously, Brentford, they're one of the most forward-thinking teams in the Premier League, and they have been for a while. So coming into the game, you know, they're enjoying sailing in mid-season at the moment. Mid-season, they're mid-table, better yet. You know, they're doing their thing. Few teams could be doing what they're doing if they lost a manager in Thomas Frank, their long-standing manager, their key player in Buemo, and then obviously, you know, they obviously lost their captain, Norgard, who a bit disappointing. He didn't get no minutes. So, yeah, coming into this game, we need to get 3 points. We knew it was going to be boring. We knew it wasn't going to be the most entertaining of games. And truth be said, in reality, it somehow probably was even worse than that. You know, I'm happy that we're able to save legs where we could. Obviously, Ben White got his first start, got significant minutes, got man of the match. You know, so we rested others and we gave minutes to others. So, yeah, I don't think Martinelli was bad, but I don't think he was amazing. But it's nice to see he got minutes. Ben White, you was obviously good. Madueke, your involvement with Ben White in the build-up to Merino's goal, our first of the night, superb. Noni had a good game anyways. Please talk on my guy, Martin Ødegaard. Please. Because you can't tell me he weren't sourcing today. Don't write him off, man. Don't write him off. So, yeah, nice to see Saka getting amongst the goals. Nice to see Gyökeres obviously get some minutes. Bit disappointing around Declan Rice having to come off. And I don't think we've got anything to worry about with Declan Rice, but you're a bit nervous. You know, you're probably more nervous about Mascara. We did have to call on Timber, who also did very well playing centre-half. Don't matter where you put him, man. Left back, right back, centre-half. Our Dutch Swiss Army knife. And, you know, again, regardless of how the season pans out, we owe them a lot of bread. I don't think we was ever looked in doubt. I'm happy we got the second goal because obviously that sealed the deal. I would say it did surprise me, not only the amount of changes that we made, even though I want my 3 points, but also Brentford. This was my kind of thinking before the game. Obviously, in the first half, away from, we had some chances that we did not score. And even in the second half, man, like, Merino's lost his footing, you know, after I think Rice had the effort, Calafiori's dancing, Saka should have had 2 on the night, but we did enough in it, if I'm honest. I don't think Brentford, I'm not going to sit and say I weren't nervous going into the game or during the game, but I do, if anything, Brentford made me nervous in the second half, if that makes sense. They were on, like, they started the second half well. I won't quite say they put us under pressure, but they kind of did. You know, apart from that long throw from Kayonde, whatever his name is, yeah, where everybody, tell the truth, people, smash the like button. Everyone's heart dropped when that long throw. It's like a bullet, like the way he's able to throw that into the box. There was a bit of a madness there. Obviously, in the first half, Raya tipped the effort onto the bar from a set piece. Other than that, we did what we needed to do. Big up Calafiori for not getting a yellow card, because I did think Miles Lewis-Skelly would have started today because of rotation, but also because, obviously, if he got that suspension, if he picked up a yellow card, he's suspended for the early morning kickoff or noon kickoff on Saturday. And Aston Villa came back from 2 goals down. So that's going to be a difficult test. Again, now the season is starting to take shape. I always say from August, you just need to you need to have whatever ambitions you've got for your team, but you need to get to that 10-game mark, still having that. Obviously, we've gone past the 10-game mark now. We're 12, 13, 14, whatever it is, games into the season now. Now it's going to take shape. Now you're going to, I think you're owed a bit of results, if that makes sense. Like even us, you know, we was putting in a good little winning run. We've taken some draws. Obviously, Bournemouth, for example, are flying. They've taken some L's. Sunderland, they're kind of creeping down the table. You know, again, Aston Villa, to be honest, you could argue that's a title shout. So nothing's decided, but it's nice to maintain the gap. We all know going into this, owing to Newcastle losing, not Newcastle. Was it Newcastle? No, it wasn't. Fulham losing to City. Obviously, the lead was cut temporarily. We just need to keep on going. Leeds, if you want to beat Liverpool on the weekend, be my guest. So that's an overview. Yeah, obviously I was on Talksport. My handwriting sucks here, but I was writing notes in it. So yeah, man, both teams shocked me with the level of rotation they made, mainly for us. I did think Arteta would make some rotations, but not to that standard. And I definitely didn't think Keith Andrews' men would have done that in Brentford, but I'm not complaining. Make sure you lot do the business against them lot on Saturday, people. So yeah, first 20 minutes, it's nice to have obviously got the goal. I do think we started well. We enjoyed periods of possession, or the majority of sustained possession, naturally. And I did like the goal, I have to say. I think Ødegaard done well in that. Noni and Ben White, the lovely little flick from Madueke. Ben White puts it in. Merino does what Merino does. Double M scores a goal for us once again in 2 London derbies on the spin. So I'm kind of happy with that. Obviously, 20 minutes in, they hit the crossbar. So yeah, other than that, I think we could have done better in front of goal. But yeah, man, first half, Brentford, we really limited them to one chance, and I'll be amazed. I'm sure at halftime we had 2 shots on target. They had 1. So for the neutrals, it probably was boring. It probably was a low-key affair and things of that ilk. Obviously, for me, anyways, in the first half, I'm just thinking about Mascara. We're getting into halftime. I think we got the goal, we had possession, we had the half chances. They had 1 shot on target, we had 2. Raya was called into action. While I think we're good for our lead, and I'm not scared that we're obviously going to concede and be pegged back 1-0. I know there's a chant, Arsenal fans, but against a team like Brentford on a day like this, where it's just about gritty and getting the result, naturally you're thinking, can you get a second? So we were able to breathe in the second half when obviously Saka got that second towards the end. For me, though, I must give credit. I do think, Brentford, we done well not to concede, because there was a point. I don't know where it ended, but there was a point. They had 7 corners, and to not concede from that, I must admit, Brentford are the original innovators in this league at that set piece stuff. Their manager used to be the set piece coach, obviously, before things have happened. Second half, I think they started well. I do think we had a number of chances. I'm sure Rice, Merino, Saka, Calafiori, again, any I've missed out, insert here, that we didn't score. And on another day, that might come to cost us. But all in all, clean sheet, 3 points, isn't it? Simple business. We move, people. It's as simple as that. We do need to get back into being good in corners, my boy. I'm not gonna lie. Today we did okay. There was nervy things, but I just think naturally, we conceded against Chelsea there, and I would move it away from corners and say dead balls. I still think about Sunderland, so we can go up the gears, but we are in that point now where, bro, man, just have to get the 3 points, man. We have to box clever. I'm not trying to hear no rotation against Aston Villa. Let's go get the 3 points. Club Brugge, it's going to be a very difficult test, but maybe there's an opportunity there for Benjamin White to get another start. Just need to put points on the board, man. Just need to put points on the board. Chelsea are title challengers, and they're not out of it. There's no one that's out of it yet, but they obviously effed up. Liverpool are if Liverpool won, they would have been level with Chelsea. So they're kind of out of it. They're not kind of out of it, but we need to get out of here. And you just hope that City drops some more points, man, because they conceded 3-4 goals literally yesterday. It's rare in the Premier League that you concede 3-4 goals and win a game of football. 3-4 is one thing. There's very few times you can see 2 goals and you can be crying about winning, which Villa showed. Morgan Rogers, that ball you put for Ollie Watkins. Oh my gosh. We'll deal with Villa. We'll deal with Villa when we need to, man. But we're doing what we need to do. The injuries and the fatigue is mounting up. We probably, in my opinion, if you were to ask me a few weeks ago if we would sign anybody in January, I would have said no. But if you were to ask me, I'd have thrown my hat into the Semenyo ring. I would have loved the left winger. I do think we need a 6. I know Rice plays as an 8, but I think we need another 6, man, or an 8, or some just a physical midfielder that can get around like Rice. I think anything happens to Rice, I'll be real, we're in serious trouble. But let's not do any of that, man. Been saying this for the last month. You can't win anything if you lose 2 or 3 players to injury every time you play. I hear that, but Arteta, you have to make it work. I don't know what you lot are doing or not doing. I don't know why there's injuries. All I know is we've got good depth. We're doing well. We love these players. We've sniffed at the Premier League and not got over the line. By hook or by crook, you need to do that. And let me just move it away from Premier League. May 2026, there needs to be silverware. Simple as that. I'm not trying to hear nothing else. You know me, I'm a very balanced person. We can sit here and do the context thing and all of that. But beyond that, sport is about victory. And we are at that stage now. It's about getting over the line. And no more explaining. Just do it. These players deserve it. The fans deserve it. Let's make sure it happens, man. If you haven't hit the like button on your way and then subscribed and hit the bell, what are you doing? But make sure you do so you don't miss streams or uploads. We must let Rice rest for Wolves and Bruges. If he goes down, we're effed. I hear it. Bring up yourself, James. Unique qualities. I was saying that on Talksport today, man. Back to normal, man. Back to normal, man. Saw your talk sport clips. Looked like you wanted to take your shirt off. You lot are never gonna allow me in it. I see that all the time. Oh, not saying you, but oh no, I ain't take your shirt off. You know what? I remember when they said, "Oh, you go on talk sport, you don't talk with chest." Funny that. What's it Saka done when he scored for England? But yeah, man, that goal. Because for me, Madueke was playing, was saucing. I was like, swear down, that's what the man were doing. Like Brazil, got the Ronaldinho thing. Like, you know, Ben White, you know, in a nice way, basic cross, Merino, right place, right time. I must admit, even Merino looked knackered towards the end of the game. Yeah, I was thinking, yo, get Arteta, get Yokeres on. Or I know you're not gonna bring on Gabriel Jesus because we do that thing, man. Are back fit, they're in the squad, they're not playing. But I think Brentford were trying to get something out the game in it, and I think we just needed a bit of fresh legs. But ultimately, everything we done, it worked, man. Merino did his thing. He did his thing. Falling on the floor and that for no reason, but he did his thing. We have left London for the last 4 games. No traveling. Well, now we're on the road, innit? Now we're on the road. We got to go to Brum. Then we got to forward back to London, pack our suitcase. Obviously, go to Belgium. Yeah, Club Brugge, Belgium. Who we got after that? Then I think we come back. We got another midweek game against Wolves, I want to say. And you know what? We're 20 days away. We got to remember there's a quarter final against Crystal Palace to play. Brilliant job on TalkSport, DG, shutting them haters down. The hater longs on TalkSport is terrible. Nah, man, it's good fun, man. It's good fun, but I have to represent, man. I have to shut down some nonsense. White had a good game. White had a very good game. Why Ødegaard, Madueke? I'd give Madueke man of the match personally, but I'm no complaints with Ben White. They did his thing. Benny Blanco needed that for this weekend. Timber generational. Nah, Abby's cool, man. Abby's cool. Evening, DG. Nice to see a clean sheet. Fine, bro. It feels foreign. What's that? It's been like 3 games without us getting one, innit? Didn't get one against Chelsea. Help me, people, because my memory now getting a bit old. Didn't get one against Chelsea. Who did we play before that? I can't lie. I don't know. You know, it's actually evaded me. I know you asked me tomorrow, I'd be able to wheel these off, but let me actually just look. Sometimes be humble. Yeah, didn't get one against Chelsea. Didn't get one against Bayern. Didn't get one against Spurs. I would have missed out the Spurs game. For some reason in my head, we won that 3-0 rather than 4-1. Didn't get one against Sunderland. In the league, you'd have to go back to November. So, yeah, it's a crisis in that. So, yeah, American Gunner, big up Unks, or American Gooner on Twitch. Like my man said, big up DG. Huge 3 points for my club. Come on, you Gunners. You said it there, man. Like and subscribe, as James Bonner said. And Rob, appreciate you. How many more injuries, bro? I don't know, man. I don't know if it's training, and I don't even think it's training because I think that's illogical because you do need to train the way you play. But ultimately, with the games coming thick and fast like that, I actually don't think there's too much intensive training. But I don't know if it's training, recovery, something the players are doing, something the club's doing. Maybe there's voodoo. I don't know, but it needs to be fixed. Mascara's been good. But the minute you get some 2 minutes of getting extended football, you've gone down. Obviously, like I hope Rice is all right, but Rice has gone down, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But you know what? Regardless of how the season pans out, we've been dealing with this since August up until this point. And I do think, obviously, you don't have key players or certain players are not there. There's factors. But at no point this season when we have dropped points or had certain performances, I don't believe it's necessarily... I don't think you can just do the players ain't available. Last year, you can run that. This year, you can't run that. You cannot run that. Some of our best performances have been without our strongest team. And to be honest with you, even if it's a fact, I don't want to hear that. Like, man, I forget over the line, as I keep referring to. So we just have to stay prayed up in it and wrap these players in cotton wool, man. And I don't want to, you know what, yeah. Do you know what's mad? The players that, quote unquote, are injury prone, like Calafiori, you ain't had a knock. We need our players back sooner rather than later. And big up Madueke, because I must admit, yeah, your start of your Arsenal career, obviously, he was injured in September. We didn't see you for a minute. And since you've come back, it's like you've kind of, I don't know how to make it make sense, but you haven't looked rusty. It's like you've kind of picked up where you've left off type of thing, if that makes sense. So big up Noni, man. Big up Noni. Big up DG watching while I wait for my delayed train on the way back from the game. Hopefully NLD sounds the train ain't that delayed, but appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Smash the likes. We didn't play well at all, but we grinded out this result. Sad to see another injury. The players looked so tired. Hope we can recover for Villa. We're gonna have to because what we played today on a Wednesday typically takes anything from 24 to 48 to 72 hours to recover. Let's hope it's 48. And we keep it moving. Either way, we've got no choice because Villa have played today just like us. And I must admit, being on TalkSport, obviously my focus naturally is with the Arsenal game, innit? But I can see Arsenal, I can see Leeds, I can see flipping Brighton, Villa, all the games are on, and I must admit, just by browsing, it's not just an Arsenal thing. Bare players look leggy, if I'm honest with you, throughout the league, and I guess that's what we're at. And for me, as we said in the live stream earlier today, I knew today weren't going to be the game of scintillating football, great stuff. Like for me, it's just results thing. Like, just get the result, which we did. Clean sheet, 3 points, keep it moving. Now the attention goes on to Villa, then Club Brugge, and whoever else we got in this thing, man. Simple as that for me, man. Man said Hincapié. All right, big up Hincapié as well. I'm styling him. I never mentioned him. Big him up, man. Colossal performance. When he went down, I was concerned, but not concerned. I wasn't concerned because it didn't look like a leg injury. Concerned because obviously it's a head injury and the concussion protocols. You could have been out of the Villa game, but he's a smart Spartan. Ødegaard wasn't great, let's be honest, missing that killer pass. Look at the back five Brentford played. Nah, I'm not having that. Ødegaard was quality today. Obviously, it's not the greatest Ødegaard performance and whatnot, but your first start in the minute, nah, I can't tell me Ødegaard was one of the better players out there. Like, man, like. Big up Team Talk Pundit. Come on now. I hear it, man. My friend who supports the Smurfs have gone dead quiet after being on me for days. Trust me, they're running away. They're running away. And Steph, I'm hotting you up as well. Steph, I'm on to you. Why? Because you were so giddy, so giddy. I ain't even going to show you text. I'm not the sort of guy to show you my brethrens in it. But you were so giddy with that 1-1 victory against my football club. You're lucky WhatsApp ain't opening. No, you're unlucky. You're unlucky. You're unlucky. You're unlucky. You're unlucky. You're unlucky. You man are defo crumbling again this year. Normal. Champions League is ours. Look how we played with 10 men. Boom, boom, boom. This is all the Wassy saying. I said Leeds. He said, what about them? I said, bro, don't deny your set. Man, we're waffling after winning a 1-1 draw. We're going for Gusto. We're going for Tosin. Neto doing the shish for what? Man are losing to Sunday League Dons. Where's the Estavio? Where them the dog? What's going on? It's just this. It's just the CB changes for that. Thought they were champions after drawing with us and then go get smoked by Leeds. And do you know what? The players were crap from Chelsea, but Maresca smoked himself. It was a football manager thing. You thought, oh, they're Leeds, we should have enough. I'm going to give game time. You mess about with your back five, which away from home, one ground you couldn't do against a team fighting for their lives, and the manager's got pressure on him. You know what time it is. We've all played football manager and that happens. Ødegaard was frustrating me. Ødegaard didn't give the ball away as much tonight. Rice backup needed, man. But when you lot tell me, oh, we don't need 2 more centre mids and the left winger and then maybe another striker, DG. You lot tell me I'm being greedy. Why? Because you get situations like this. White man of the match, but Merino scored well. Shame of injuries, but maybe Arteta can learn from fans for warnings. Big up DG, one love. God bless his Lion. Appreciate you. Saliba not fit for Saturday. If Timber plays centre back, will Ben White last 90 minutes Saturday after tonight? Boy, we're gonna have to make it work, innit? Or Arteta gonna have to find something. She's gonna have to find something. And you see why you lot want to talk about loan. Some of you want to say, oh, Lewis Kelly loan him out. Are you seeing our defensive ranks? God forbid. We're very close to Timber, maybe after deputizing left back, right back, centre half, and bigger things. See, I think Saliba will be there on Saturday. I'll be real. I hope so, because I don't work for Arsenal. I have no knowledge. I don't know why I believe he's going to be there. I just genuinely think in my heart of hearts, with no logic, no basis, we're just not on taking a risk today, in which I don't mind that, because when we tried to take the risk for Saliba, obviously, against Liverpool, what happened? It's a shame. It's a shame. I wanted to cry when I saw Saliba and Magalhaes. More so Magalhaes. He's had 2 big injuries this year. Darkness, man. White played well, man. White loved kicking the ball to throw in. White is a cunt, you know, because there was one moment in the first half, yeah, the ball's gone out. It's clearly a Brentford throw. He does what I do Sunday League. He's purposely booted the ball. He's done it bare times. I've never seen a player like Merino. Can Jesus start against Bruges, you reckon? Nah, I don't think he start. I hope so, because we need players fit. Ben White is better than Timber. United fan getting involved. That's cool. They both play for Arsenal Football Club. Why do my United fans love to do this? Because there was someone who commented, oh, Merino's a better striker than Gyökeres. That's cool. They both play for my backside football club and they both can contribute. Stay out of this. Ben White and Timber are both better than whatever backside, right back, or left back that you lot can throw in. Mascara walks into your team. Mascara's probably better right back. Less of that.